things are changing so quickly with technology, things like AI and things like everything, social media, the way the world has changed in the last 10 to 15 years, 20 years. And it's an exponential change, you know. Uh, Mobile phone, well, computers changed the world, but it took a while. Maybe the 80s, the 90s. Then came the internet in the mid 90s, uh, then mobile phones and things like that till the mid 2000s or so. Late 2000s is when the social media revolution actually started to happen. I remember in 2008 was the first time I ever heard of Twitter, and then after that, I think came Facebook and YouTube, and then eventually Instagram and TikTok, and all these things. And now with the AI revolution that is happening, things are changing very quickly. I would say things like Google and things that we used to use to get information, like when people used to just say, why don't you just Google it? Uh, I think that's very quickly changing. You still might use Google, but what the interface that you're going to interact with more and more is the AI. I mean, the Google Gemini, the AI component, the Chat GPTs, and uh, the other stuff that's coming up. I use Chat GPT, which I like, and I know there are a lot of different things like Claude, and I mean, there's so many of them, right? And then how images and videos and things like that are just so easy to make now, and we're going to reach a stage where, I mean, I can see the changes in just the last 2 3 years. You say in something like Mid Journey, when I first started using AI to make images, I used Mid Journey, and the images were good, but you could really tell that it's an AI generated image. Uh, sometimes, most of the time, I noticed that the person that was generated, or the image generated, if it was a person, they used to have extra fingers for some reason. I don't know what was the technology or what was the glitch in that, but it's getting better and better. And today, the sort of AI that is coming out, it's very hard to tell the difference between an AI and a non-AI. You know, but I feel that that is something that is going to be around for maybe another year, maybe two at the most. I think 2 years from now, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, whether it's a video, whether it's a photograph, or whatever it is. You're really not going to be able to tell the difference between something created with AI and something that is original or non AI, if you want to call it. So, the way the world is changing, the way things are changing, nobody really knows what's going to happen in the future. Uh, I personally am still, despite all this stuff that's going on, the wars and there's stuff, financial problems, economic problems, the economy is getting weak and things like that. But I still am optimistic that the world still has a bright future, and we just have to sort of figure out what how we are going to um, play our parts in the new world. I think technology has brought a certain amount of, ironically, democratization, if you want to call it that, because of course the technology companies, the people who own these companies are the world's richest people, and there's a lot of talk about how they've monopolized. I mean, they're so rich that they're so distant from. the masses in terms of their economic or their wealth. Let's put it that way. But the products that have been created with all their drawbacks and their invasiveness into our lives, it has also given us a huge opportunity uh, to connect with one another, to share ideas, to create businesses, to do things, that you would never think that you would be able to do a few years ago in a much easier fashion. The way our lives have changed in every way. I mean, uh, whenever I travel, I book everything on my own, the tickets, the hotels, uh, the insurance and all that stuff. And it's just so easy. Everything you just do it on your phone or your computer, and you go to buy something with your UPI. You literally buy everything just through your phone, and I actually, honestly, if you think of it, the one of the only reasons that I even carry a wallet, like if I'm going to a market, is pretty much because it has my driver's license in it. Otherwise, most of your shopping you just do on your phone now with using Paytm or Phone Pay or Google Pay or something like that. And I have spoken to people who have pan shops in Delhi and in Goa and other parts of the country where I travel a lot. They say that now the majority of buyers and transactions that are happening via UPI, which are these apps, right? Uh, so yeah, things are changing. Things are changing quickly. So yeah, I was pretty much just sharing my thoughts with everyone, and yeah, tell me what you think in the comments. If you agree with me that the world has changed a lot, and though it's very hard to predict, what do you think the world is going to look like the next, say, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now? All right. See you. Have a great time.